cards came, the ones that I've been waiting on, so I'm going to do this stuff a little different now. I'm going to go through all of the signs, Aries through Taurus, and, you know, all the rest of them, all the way to Pisces, and then back again, all the things, right? I'm going to attempt to do this in chronological order, you know, making sense and whatnot. We're going to see. We're going to see what happens, but I am going to start with the all signs reading, and this is the card that I'm going to use to represent this. Is again from the Child of the Universe deck. We are all childs of the universe, so this shit here for everybody. Still going to use these because we're going to see what comes out, the energies and such. So Uranus, the number 5, and Libra. So you could be dealing with a Libra. You could have Libra in your chart. Your moon sign could be Libra. You know, we talk about those. Uranus is a very unpredictable type of energy. And just anything goes. It's almost like a state of chaos, which is hilarious to me given the state of the world, right? The number 5. The number 5 can be conflict. It could be, again, funny with the world. It could be conflict, but it's like unexpected conflict. And with Libra, it's like maintaining a balance through this conflict and this chaos, right? So that could be significant to somebody, but let's see. Intuition and occult knowledge. So, you know, some people might balk at the word occult. If that be the case, just take that out. It's talking about knowledge. It's talking about old knowledge that's hidden, which, again, funny, there's a lot of knowledge being hidden these days. You know, it's telling you to use your intuition, right? And you know what I mean? Use your common fucking sense, okay? Use your common sense in the world around you. When it comes to making a decision, weighing those scales, use your common fucking sense. You know, the stuff that we're not allowed to say anymore, the questions that we're not allowed to ask anymore. You don't need to ask them because you already know. They're trying to confuse everybody now, trying to tell you that you don't know what you know. Like, motherfucker, how are you going to sit here and tell me that my eyes are lying, right? Bye. My eyes, my ears, my intuition. How are you going to sit here and tell me that I don't know what I know? Fuck out of here. All right? So be aware of that. You know what you know. You know everything you need to know, like I said, to keep balance in this chaos. You might have to fight for it. Like, it might be, you know, it might be one of those times, like, you might have to make a choice between what's right and what isn't. You know what I mean? It's a funny thing. I wish I could say it like Dumbledore. What the fuck? Yeah, man. Dumbledore. Dumbledore told y'all, dark times ahead, Harry. The time has come where you're going to have to choose between what is right and what is easy. And, I mean, those choices are going to tell you and everyone around you who you are, right? So think about that, somebody, whoever that's for. It's for all of us. Okay, alright, bitch. I'll need to think about it then. Step out of your comfort zone. Oof. And expect powerful change. Good. What did I say over here with this number 5, right? You're going to have to step out of your comfort zone, right? You might have to step into some conflict, you know, to navigate this shit, like to navigate it the right way and to make sure that you're on the right side of things. Like, powerful change is coming, you know, but until it gets here, like, you might have to step out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? Like, you stepping out of your comfort zone might be a critical part of this powerful change, right? I'm not telling anybody out there to act important or be important, but you never know how your actions are going to influence the situation as a whole. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. So, if the time should come, do the right thing, and if it demands that you step out of your comfort zone, you know, follow your intuition and just do what you know is right, regardless of what that means in this chaotic fucking planet that we live on right now. Do the right thing and expect that doing the right thing will result in powerful change, hopefully for the better, because shit's getting wild. I'm really trying not to drink. Alright, these are the new cards I got. They're situation cards. They make me so fucking happy. Oh my god, I have to show you. Okay, so everybody, especially Libra, especially people with Libra placements, but again, all signs, Libra energy, trying to keep calm is what I think a lot of y'all are doing, trying to keep calm. Yep, what I say, peace. Yeah, you're just trying to, you're just trying to like stay of your apology, right? A lot of you are going within, right? Staying to yourself, staying inside, you know, just withdrawing from the shit. Look at this fucking negativity, this curse that's going on outside, right? And beginnings. It's like, all right, you know, you're really going within, like really trying to reflect on everything, awareness, importance, and value. We were just talking about, you're not always aware of how important, you know, it is sometimes. Like, well, how am I trying to say this? You're not always aware of how important your role is in a situation, okay? And sometimes it's hard because it's like, you know, I think a lot of people, if we're just going on these, obviously we're going to clarify, but I mean, it's a state where a lot of people are apologizing for maybe not stepping up, or somebody is apologizing for like not stepping up. Like somebody's going within, like they just want to find peace. It's like, I just don't want to deal with it right now, you know? But, you know, with this curse, this hex, this witchcraft, this negative mind, right? There's a lot of negativity going in this. And it's like, I just want peace, but you also want a new beginning. Like, you need to try again. You want to start over, go in a new direction. You're going to have to deal with this first. You know, it's one thing to go within, you know, to recharge and find that peace and get that balance and, you know, become aware of who your true friends are. Staying alone until you know really who the people are for you, who they are in your life. You know, sometimes, and you might have to apologize, right? After you go within, after you withdraw and you really reflect on yourself, right? You find this peace and this balance and you're able to see everything clearly. Maybe you owe somebody an apology. Maybe somebody owes you an apology. But whatever it is, there is the option up here to go in a new direction, to try again, to start over. But you will eventually have to deal with this negativity over here, right? This curse, this negative cycle, this negative energy, this negative force, whatever this is that you're wanting to withdraw from. You can have a new beginning, but you have to deal with this first, right? And I'm going to apologize right now. I'm sorry, but sometimes the only way out is through. You know what I mean? Like, you can only put your head in the sand for so long for whatever this is. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I feel like that's what it's telling you. That's what it's telling you up here. There's nothing but chaos going on. It's like, I want to start over. I want new. I don't want this shit anymore. I want this to stop. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the ways that I might have contributed to this. You know, I'm sorry for the part that I played in this conflict. I'm trying to be fair now. I'm trying to look at both sides. And after looking at both sides, I hope you forgive me because I am sorry, right? Maybe some of you did participate in whatever this negativity is going on here. You know, we all could have did something better. You know what I mean? But the important part is when you realize that you could have done something better, you go to the people that you affected negatively and you apologize. Whether they accept it is up to them. You can't force somebody to accept an apology. You know, they're going to feel how they feel, right? And that's how it should be. But, you know what I mean? Whether they say it to you or not, whether it means anything or not, the fact that you were willing to say that you were wrong or to apologize for whatever this is, you know what I mean? Again, what did I say? It might not seem like a big thing. They might not act like it's a big thing, but we don't always know. We're not always aware of how important the role we play is. So even though this person, you know, even though somebody might not accept your apology, it still affects them. It still affects them to hear those words. Even if they're like, man, fuck you, fuck that, and fuck everything. You know, deep down, it still says something about your character. The fact that as long as you mean it, right? Let's be clear. A fake ass apology, a bullshit ass apology, nah, fuck all that. I wouldn't deal with you either. Like, fuck you and your bullshit, right? But like, if it's a genuine apology, if you know what you're apologizing for, if you understand why you're apologizing, right? That has an effect. It has a deep effect, so deep that, you know, again, you're not always aware of it. But it says a lot about somebody who has gone within, taken the time to find that peace and that balance and, you know, that awareness of themselves and what they've done, their part, right? It says a lot about their character when they're able to say, hey, I fucked up, and mean it. And whether, you know, you accept that apology or the person accepts that apology, whatever it is, if it's genuine, again, you might not realize it, but that's a powerful, it has deep reverberations, if you know what I mean. All right. So what is depth? What's this for y'all? All right. Wow. Wow. God, I love it when the cards do that. What about this apology? The way I've treated you was wrong. You know, so again, if this is genuine, which with these cards lining up like that, like that's just insane. I feel like somebody means it. All right, I feel like somebody is, you know, I feel like they are deeply apologetic for whatever this negativity is up here, right? I feel like whoever this is for, there's an energy here of somebody who has really, look at this, they line up too, look at this shit, has really dedicated themselves to figuring themselves out, right? They're withdrawing. They've withdrawn. They're staying single. They might be lonely, but they're staying to themselves because they need to figure themselves out, right? This is somebody who is no longer letting themselves be distracted by the bullshit around them, or no longer trying to find their answers in another person. They have withdrawn and they're trying to figure themselves out. And maybe it's because up here with this depth card, you know what I mean? Like this, will you leave me like the others? Maybe there's an element of codependence that this person realizes that they have about themselves, right? It's like, you know, these two, will you leave me like the others? And I can't promise you anything. It feels like somebody has gone within and really made peace with this. You know, will you leave me like the others? You know what? There ain't no promises in life. Nobody can promise anything. We're not even promised tomorrow, right? So, you know, somebody's really making peace with that. Figure yourself out. You need to accept that. You need to accept that there's no guarantees in life. You could be head over heels in love with somebody, but there is no guarantee that that's going to go the distance. And that's just how life is. People grow, people change, things happen, right? There is no promise. And, you know, some of you, again, that codependence, maybe there was this element of where it's like, I need to, you know, are you going to leave me? I need to figure myself out. You know, maybe it's always been this thing where, like, you know, you have something in your life and you can't even enjoy it, or have someone in your life and you can't even enjoy it because of this deep feeling of this fear of abandonment, right? Will you leave me like the others? Will you do me like the other ones did, right? This deep thing that you've got going on, right? And that's why you can't promise peace in any of these relationships. You need to figure yourself out. And maybe within all this, you know, the way that you handled people might have been wrong, right? The way you treated people wrong. Like, for example, if somebody went through their whole life scared that someone is going to leave them, and each relationship they get into, they make sure that they start a new relationship before ending that last relationship out of this, you know, deep-seated fear of being alone. That's codependence, and it's wrong. It hurts people, right? I mean, how shitty of a feeling would that be to find out that the person that you're thinking that you're good to go with has already checked out of, you know, what you thought you had and started with someone else, and now you're just finding out about it. It's like, well, what the hell? You know, but this person could never have promised you anything if that's what they did, because there is something so deep in them that you can't reach through it. No one can reach through it. And you've seen that no one can reach through it. If there have been multiple relationships like this, if this is a pattern, it doesn't even have to be relationships, but these deep things that people carry around with them, they come out in their behavior. And I feel like this is somebody who's realizing that about themselves. I have something deep that I need to figure out, right? You know what I mean? I've got to make peace with whatever this is. I need to figure this out. And until I figure this out, I can't promise peace to anyone else, not even myself. So I've got to do this first. And maybe in the course of, you know, reflecting and going within, you know, you realize that the way that you treated someone was wrong. They've realized the way they treated you was wrong, however it goes, right? But, you know, it's interesting with this new beginnings up here, this try again, start over, you've triggered me. Something happened to somebody. Maybe someone did leave, right? Maybe someone did leave, and it's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Maybe that's why there's negativity up here, this curse, right? Is it over? I mean, for a lot of you, I think it is, and that's awesome. You know what I mean? Because you do have new beginnings, so I think it is over, whatever this negative shit is. But it's like, something triggered something very deep in somebody, and it caused a complete change of behavior. It caused a withdrawal to, like, they really focused on themselves. This is somebody doing the work. This is somebody that has done the work. They got triggered, and instead of, looking for something in somebody else, they said, no more. This is over, and I'm going to figure this shit out for myself. This is something deep in me. And until I figure this out, there will be no peace. And then going back over this, maybe all of the people that, that you couldn't promise anything, maybe the people that you somehow did wrong, the way I treated you was wrong. Maybe apologies are in order. Deep, genuine apologies, maybe towards you or from you to someone else, you know what I mean? But is it over? Well, you know what? It can be. Whatever this negative shit is, it can be over if you're willing to start over. Stop doing what you're doing if you're not happy with what it's gotten you. Do something different, and you will get something different. Right? And yeah, it's like, it's hard though. Like, nobody talks about that. Well, they do, but you don't often hear about, once you've left a very, very negative situation, the next situation that you face after that is so hard to trust it. It's so hard to not act in a way that, you've become accustomed to acting throughout whatever the negative cycle that you just got out of was, right? So, like, if you just got out of a relationship, this person did everything under the sun negative that you can do in a relationship, right? You actually survived something. You're free. Congratulations. You're done. You're back on your feet. You're alone. You're withdrawn, right? The next relationship that comes into your life, everything about it might feel like a trap. You trigger me with this new beginning, this offer of a new beginning, this offer to start over, this offer to go in a new direction. You trigger me with it, because what if you leave me like all the others, right? I can't promise you anything. It can be over if you want it to be, but, for some people, maybe they still need to do a little bit. Maybe they have to figure this out. But, if you want it to be, for the people I'm talking to, if you want it to be over, this negative shit, this curse, this Groundhog's Day feeling, right? This feeling of people always do me the same way. I'm always getting done wrong. Everything is always wrong. If you want it to be over, it can be over. Don't let yourself be triggered by this offer of a new beginning, because it's here. All you have to do to get a different result is go in a different direction. That's it. It's literally that simple. Oh my God, Brittany, no, it's so much harder than that. It's only hard if you let it be hard. Life, what does that mean with Jack Nicholson? Life is so much easier the less fucks you give, right? We've already talked about this. There ain't no promises, okay? Make peace with that. Make peace with that. There is no promises in life, and nothing is guaranteed. I don't care how much preparation and planning goes into it. Sometimes shit happens, right? So I don't even want to hear that. Don't. Like, stay withdrawn until you're ready to make peace with the fact that can't nobody promise you anything. You are not promised anything. Make peace with it, and you can have this new beginning, because then you won't be triggered. You have an option to do different because you want different. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Where is my other deck? Why am I missing my other deck? Alright. I don't know where it is, so whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead with this. I am, for all 12 signs, these cards I'm using, it is the Mermaid deck and the Mermaid Oracle deck. Each time I go and do, Aries through Pisces, I'm going to use a whole deck for, all those signs. Then the next time I go and do Aries and Pisces again, I'm going to use a different deck, because it makes me happy. So, what is this? And that's funny, too, because this card appears depth of diving. So, yeah, he's diving to talk to the mermaids. Got to figure himself out. So, let's see. Like the others. It's just so fucking funny. Oh, will you leave me like the others? And is the literal card of walking away with the 8 of Cups. Look at this. Okay, so will you leave me like the others? When I see these together, it almost makes me feel like somebody might be voluntarily leaving a relationship that they don't, it's like someone might be able to see, like with this high priestess right here, like there is this knowing of like, you know, if I'm in this relationship and I'm constantly worrying and stressing, will you leave me, then maybe I need to leave that relationship, right? If something is doing that to me, if I can't sleep peacefully next to the person that I'm with, maybe I need to leave this because I know where this leads, right? I've been here before. Look at these cups she's left behind, right? I've already seen what lies here. I need to go deep, because for me to still be feeling like this, whatever this insecurity is, it's not with this person, right? It's not them. They might not even be doing anything to make you feel insecure. You know, for some of you, they might not be doing anything. This, again, this could be all you, but for others of you, if you are dealing with a person and there are secrets, high priestess, and it makes you feel like, are you going to leave me like the other? Maybe you need to leave. Sorry, y'all. Maybe you need to leave it, right? However it goes, it's going to be different for everybody because it's talking all the signs. So, again, to recap, some of you are going deep and withdrawing because you are aware that there is some type of codependence in yourself, but others of you, you know, you're withdrawing because you've become aware that this is a situation that is negative. You know what I mean? This is, you know, this is not what I want. And it's like, is it over? Well, I'm going to walk away. You need to figure yourself out. Maybe someone is asking you, is it over? Maybe this is a negative person asking you, is it over? Because you have withdrawn and walked away. You know what I mean? And, you know, for some of you, that might be what you need to do. Because it's like, if you look at just these cards, whatever this negativity is or his negative mindset, you know, wondering, is it over? Maybe this, sorry. Hold on, you guys.